one up, which is Dan Lines with 3 data-driven burnout indicators, and let's bring it up.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to my Ignite talk on 3 data-driven developer burnout indicators. I'm Dan Lines, and I am living in Southern California outside of LA. I just had my first baby girl daughter, who's 7 months old now. I'm the host of the Dev Interrupted podcast, and I'm totally obsessed with dev team culture. And probably most importantly, I'm the co-founder at LinearB, and all of the data-driven burnout indicators that I'm going to talk about today, you can actually get from our LinearB solution. The first indicator that's super important to understand from your development team is work in progress, or WIP. This can be tracked in 2 different ways. One is how many branches is the individual working on in parallel. In this case, Sven has 12 branches that he's working on in parallel, which is way too much. Usually you only want 5 to 6. Or you can also track this from an issue perspective, like how many stories or bugs are being worked on by each person in parallel. If you're in a situation where you see that one of your developers has, 12 branches that are being worked on in parallel, it's a good chance for you to go in and redistribute that work to other members of the team. The second indicator that's very important to track, especially in these COVID times where a lot of us are working from home. There's not as much of a distinction between work life and home life.
Apologies for the issues. We're having some issues there. Just a second. Let's try and get that back on. If not, then we'll have to skip this one. Again, apologies for this.
Consecutive days work. So in this situation, again, we're seeing Sven is way overworked and probably burning out with 7 out of 7 days active, which means he's been working over the weekend. In that situation, it's a great chance to reach out to Sven and say, hey man, what's going on with the weekend work? I noticed that you've been working, every single day this week, and including the weekend. And I just want to understand what type of work is going on there. Do you have too much on your plate, or is it due to, production fires? Let me know what's going on there, and let's come to a solution together. The third indicator is what I like to call focus factor, which is a metric that kind of tracks context switching. You'll see in the screenshot below on the left-hand side, these are all the issues that you might be storing in Jira, for example. They could be stories, they could be bugs, they could be tasks. And on the right-hand side, where you see those bubbles and those arrows going up and down, those are actually Git commits or pull requests or PR reviews. And you'll see here, again, with Sven, he's all over the place. He's working on many different stories in parallel from day to day. And this is a huge indicator that he is not focused. And when developers aren't focused, it leads to more burnout. So again, this is a great situation to have a conversation with this person and rebalance the workload, redistribute the workload to other members of the team. If you want to find out more about data-driven burnout indicators for your team, you can always hit me up at dan@linearb.io or catch me on LinkedIn. We have a great community on Discord for developers and engineering leaders where we talk about these types of topics every single day. And of course, check out my podcast on Dev Interrupted. Thank you for listening to my Ignite talk, and I hope to hear from some of you. Bye, guys.
Thank you very much, Dan, for joining us from so far away.